Are you involved in some sport and maybe noticed that your mind isn't really helping you to achieve success? Then you need to watch this video and watch all the way to the end, where I'll be explaining how I can help you to achieve the success that you want. Hi, my name is Paul Hunter and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist here at Cork Hypnosis Clinic, where since the year 2009 I've been helping people from all sorts of sports to achieve more. Over the years I've had many people from various different sports: Gaelic football, hurling, rugby, golf, track and field, martial arts, various different fields where maybe they were at an event or a bout or a championship where they choked under pressure or maybe didn't perform to their full potential. I think most people who are involved in sport these days know that there's a mental side to the game, whatever that sport is. The problem is that many coaches don't actually know the mental side of the game maybe as well as they should. Most coaches focus on skills, tactics, the nitty-gritty of the game, but aren't experts on the mental side of the game. I had a famous rugby player coming to see me at one stage who told me that he had just lost belief that he was good enough. Now, in actual fact, he was one of the best at his position in the world, but inside of his mind, he had just lost that belief, just temporarily, and didn't know how to get it back. In just a short few sessions, we fixed all of that, and now he's back to where he previously was. I've had many golfers come to see me over the years over certain mental blocks. I had one guy came to see me about a water hazard on a particular hole on a course that he regularly played, where, as he said to me, he said he constantly dumps that ball into the water even though he knows that he can drive far beyond that water hazard. Using hypnosis, we managed to correct that problem pretty quickly. You see, the thing is, as human beings, we form judgments about every situation we're in, and especially when it's a game or something that involves a certain level of skill, we form judgments about our own ability. We form judgments about our limitations. We form judgments about how we compare to other people. Unfortunately, some of those judgments mightn't necessarily be helping us. I'm not sure if you're familiar about some of the stories about the use of hypnosis in sport. Probably one of the most famous ones was in boxing. It was that famous bout a long time ago where the Irishman Steve Collins was up against Chris Eubank Jr. for the world title. And for any of us boxing fans at the time, we would have hoped, obviously, as an Irishman, that Collins would win. But if we were being really, I suppose, honest, we would have said that Collins wasn't as good a fighter as Eubank and was probably going to lose. But Collins worked with a hypnotist before his bout, and he was hypnotized to believe that for every punch that Eubank landed, that he would land 2 in return. Now, that's great in theory. If you tried to do that consciously, then you probably wouldn't be able to do that. There's a famous quote by Mike Tyson that says that everybody has a plan until they get a right hook to the jaw. You see, the thing is that in the middle of a bout, you forget all about your intention to give 2 punches back for every one you receive. So the stats of a normal fight would show you that those figures would be way off. But the stats of the Collins fight showed that it was almost exactly double. So the hypnotic suggestion had worked perfectly, and Collins won the title. And you see, no matter what sport you're in, you can develop anxiety about certain things. You can judge yourself badly. You can compare yourself badly against other people. And you can start with a belief that says, I'm not good enough to reach those heights. I'm not going to succeed to that level. And the interesting thing is, it's that very thought that may be holding you back. So if you've suffered from any problem, like for instance, if you play darts and you've had dartitis, if you play tennis and you just simply have some mental block that stops you from achieving what you'd like to achieve in the game, if you play golf and there's some hole that drives you mad, then maybe hypnosis is the answer. So if some of what I've said has gotten you interested and you're thinking, hey, maybe he could help me, well, why not click on the link just below this YouTube video in the description section. That'll take you to the Sports Success page on my website, where you'll find more information, more resources, and most importantly, ways in which to contact me to schedule an appointment if you wish.